Good afternoon, one and all. Warm welcome to all the participants. On behalf of New Horizon College of Engineering, Library and Information Center, NDLI Club welcomes you all for this awareness program on National Digital Library of India. So, we all are having a question that we have a Google, which is a mastermind. We get all the information through Google, but still, why this NDL? What is this NDLI? Why NDLI? How does NDLI work? What kind of content developed by NDLI? Who is this for? And I mean to say this NDLI for whom? Then how to access NDLI? And last, what is the difference between Google and NDLI? Ministry of Human Resource Development, under its national mission on education through information and communication technology, has initiated the National Digital Library of India pilot project to develop a framework of virtual repository of learning resources with a single window search facility. Filtered and federated searching is employed to facilitate focused searching so that learners can find out the right. Ministry of Human Resource Development, under its national mission on education through information and communication technology, has initiated the National Digital Library of India pilot project to develop a framework of virtual repository of learning resources with a single window search facility. Filtered and federated searching is employed to facilitate focused searching so that learners can find out the right resource with least effort and in minimum time. NDLI India is designed to hold content of any language and provides interface support for leading vernacular languages. It is being arranged to provide support for all academic levels, including researchers and lifelong learners, all disciplines, all popular form of access devices, and differently abled learners. It is being developed to help students to prepare for entrance and competitive examination, to enable people to learn and prepare from best practices from all over the world, and to facilitate researchers to perform interlinked exploration from multiple sources. What are the features of National Digital Library of India? The very first one is a single window search facility to ever-growing digital content repository. Next, different ways to browse content repository: browse by content type, browse by source, browse by subject, and browse by learning resource type. Filtering results of search and browse with facet-based refinement options. Contents relevant for different levels of users. Contents are available for different subject domains like technology, arts and humanities, social sciences, natural science, medical science, etc. NDLI developed the app and content may be accessed in 3 different languages, that is English, Hindi, and Bengali. Why NDLI? Because anytime and anywhere we can access National Digital Library of India. Single platform for providing equitable access to knowledge resources, accessing same resources by multiple persons at the same time. Missing and hidden and damaged resources can also be accessed. Democratized education, it provides the democratized education to the academic community and students community. This NDLI is used during lockdown COVID-19. How does NDLI work? NDLI does not store any content. It only ingests the metadata for search and browse. The content is delivered only through the source. Metadata is the primary textual information relating to the content. This metadata only provides to the users community. It also includes information that enables users to identify, discover, search, browse, interpret, or manage the content. It also includes hyperlinks that direct users to content to the source. It also includes an expressive description of the content. The point here is the NDL is not maintaining any server or storing any data. It only gives a metadata to the user community. It only ingest the metadata for searching and browsing. The models are like this. Here, if you find, you can see the 4 modules here: the user community, the contributing institution, then the third one is the educator, the fourth one is the repositories and the web content. How the models runs? The user community will access the content. Contributing institution provides the content, and educators give the learning, provides the learning management systems. And the last, where there is a repository and web content, harvest the web content and the institutional repositories to the users through the National Digital Library platform. There are 347 contributors to the National Digital Library of India platform. Mention a few. If you see here, IAM across the globe, there are 347 contributors. If you mention a few, Doge, Shodhganga, then Sutra, then IAMB portals, IITK, IIMs, and NITK, and Manipal. So Microsoft, Springer, IEEE, there are quite a number of contributors are shown in this slide. Moving on to the next slide, it's a subject-wise content availability. The computer science, which is a technology-based information, it leads to, there are 1,64 lakh informations are available. With regard to philosophy and psychology, 6 lakh. Regard to religion, there are 2 lakh contents are there. Then social science, 60 lakh plus. The language, 1,86,000 plus. The natural science and mathematics, 98 lakh. Coming to the technology, which is the highest contents available in the National Digital Library, that is 1,27 lakh. The arts, that's 19 lakh. Literature, 9 lakh. Then history and geography, 9 lakh plus contents are available under National Digital Library. The next is the range of contents. If you look into the range, you can see here, there are lecture slides are available, videos are available, class notes are available, and assignments available, lab experiments, manuals, case studies, question banks, and model answer of the exam question papers. This all related to the institution of school and the higher education and boards. So these all the contents are available to the schools and the colleges. Coming to the researcher and professional institution and state university and central university, there are faculty publications are available, electronic thesis and dissertations, research projects, books, periodicals, open access journals, e-books, and subscribed e-resources. Apart from this, annual reports, project reports, and working papers, all these contents are available for research and professional institutions. So access options. If you see here, look at this slide, you can find there are 5 types of access options. The very first one is a open access. Open access means full text available to all the users. Whoever logins or whoever opens the National Digital Library portal, you can find the open access. Full text resources are available to all the people, all the users. The second access option is NDLI users. There are content which can be accessed only NDL users. The next third option is the limited access. The limited access means there are, for example, maybe any of the journal paper which is only available only the abstract of that. It will not be a full text. For accessing this full text, we need a authorization by the source. The next one is a subscribed contents. If any institution, if they subscribed either IEEE or a Springer and any of the resources which are subscribed by the institution, these resources also can be accessed. The last one is restricted options. There are resources which requires authorization by the source authority, and for this separate login to the source to access the full text of the resources. So if you look this slide, then how many resources are open accessed? It means how many resources can be accessed by all the members, all the users. So open resources are available 5,11,79,000. Subscribed resources are 1,64,00,000. Then NDLI user can access 6,64,000. Then limited in the sense only the abstract, or if you send the authorization, if you take authorization from the source, we can also access the full text. So limited resources are 35 lakh plus. Then authorized resources are 4 lakh. So if you put together, if you see, there are more than 5.18 crore resources are free to use for all the educational and research purposes. This 5.18 in the sense, open access and NDLI resources are free to all the members. The next is the resource type. So what are the resources what kind of resources are available in the NDL? The first one is the articles. There are 3 crore articles are available in National Digital Library portal. The next is the newspaper articles. There are 74 lakhs newspaper articles are available. Next is the books. There are 67 lakhs books are available in National Digital Library portal. Coming to the reports, there are 12 lakh reports are available. Then notes, maybe a teacher notes or which is there in the text form, that is 11 lakhs notes are available. Then acts, there's law acts which are 8 lakh. Then law judgments which are 8 lakh plus. Then thesis and dissertations 7,40,000. Then there are 7 lakh technical reports are available. Then 5 lakh plus historical records are available. Then there are 4,72,000 video lectures are available under National Digital Library platform. These resources for whom? This is for schools, students, college students and professionals, academics and researchers, edupreneurs and lifelong learners. These all people, all the users can make use of our National Digital Library portal. There are content which are for a college students. For example, NPTEL, Shodh Ganga, then Digital Library of India, Swayam, Pathshala, NSDL, MIT Open Course Software, Satyajit.org. Then, for example, national licensed contents like South Asia Archive and World eBook Library. These all resources belongs to college students. Mention a few, only mentioned in the slide. So these are all belongs to the college students. Then which are the source for a school students? If you see this slide, you can see here, there are Khan Academy, famous Khan Academy, Byju's, TEDx, then physics classroom, teacher tube, Pratham Story Weaver. So all these are for school students. And also the exclusively for a National Digital Library, which they came out with the NDLI tutor. This is for the school students. So apart from this, they have also included state board books of Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Punjab, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Tripura. So all these states book school board books are also available in the NDL. So there are even 6 million plus open access contents from sources like PubMed, WHO, British Medical Journal, National Print Research Center, ICMR, Medlane, etc. are available in NDLI for the medical professionals. Next, these are all for the education purpose. Then apart from this, there are books which are pleasure reading whenever we are free. The next, there is a NDLI mobile app also available along with the platform, NDL platform, web platform. So this is a screenshot, just how the mobile app looks. This is NDLI landing page in the mobile app. Just go to the Play Store and download this app, and also available in a Umang app also. So this is the look of the app. This is how it looks. The first step, when you click that thing, anything if you type like this, the third column, you can see how it appears, our search. This is the NDLI mobile app. So all this slide says that how best we can make use of the NDLI platform for continuing our education. So there is the question to all the participants, what is the difference between Google and NDLI? So Google versus NDLI, right? The very first, the difference is curated educational content, which is not providing by the Google. So what is the advantage in NDLI is, instead of throwing up thousands random results, NDLI presents specific data from premium content sources in multiple Indian languages. This is the advantages over the Google. So Google may give lakhs together of information, but retrieving the right information, it will take a time, and definitely we will end up with the without the proper answer. The next one is narrow down result using education filter options. It's beautifully done by NDLI. There are very excellent filter options are available in NDLI platform, which is not available in the Google. It's not only can learners modify their search based on educational degree and languages, they can also put in filters based on content type, which is not possible in the Google. The next one is a unified platform. If you see that platform, it's beautifully designed NDLI platform, which is very user friendly. Any student or any users can very easily, he can understand the platform and understand how to access the resources in 1 or 2 days of time. The NDLI platform integrates content from a variety of content sources and displays it in a single platform that can be accessed anywhere, anytime. The next, the fourth one is national licensing. The NDLI has a very well in advance precautionary. They have taken the licenses from the different contributors, and the paid content can be accessed free of charge due to national license, so that learners from the remotest parts of India can learn, share, and grow. These are the advantages of using the National Digital Library platform. So there are definitely huge difference between the Google and NDLI. So now directly we'll go to the page, how the NDLI looks to the user. When you click, this is very simple website, NDLI IITK. As I said, this page is handled by IITK Kanpur. This is the home page of the National Digital Library of India. So if you see here, there is a school, CBSE examination preparatory resources, school resources, engineering resources, science resources, and humanities, literature, and law and management. So they have divided 7 categories into the resources. So if you are very particular, if you are going to only the engineering, then what you need to do is you need to click engineering. So you can see when you click engineering, they have covered more than 10 programs, resources coming to the aerospace engineering to till textile engineering. So whichever programs you are interested into, you just click on. For example, if I click on to the civil engineering branch, you can see here, they under civil engineering, they are covered civil services examination question paper, that is UPSC civil service examination, and video lecture web course of NPTEL, right? So the similar way, if you click computer science and engineering, you can see there are plenty of resources. For example, presentation, video lecture notes from MIT OpenCourseWare, then video lectures from NPTEL, video lecture from Swayam, video texts from Swayam UGC and MOOCs, then video lectures from Spoken Tutorial, video lectures on machine learning, that's YouTube links, then video lectures on CEC, video lecture on 2-dimensional array, that's faculty contributions, then video lectures on machine learning using Python, this again is a faculty contribution, then video lectures on deep learning explainability and bias in artificial intelligence. Again, these resources from the faculty contribution. Then again, video lectures on data structure, contribution by the faculty. These all resources related to computer science and engineering, they have included, right? Even if you see, if you go back to the main page itself, if you want to search any of, for example, I will put it artificial intelligence. Just give a keyword from the main page, from home page itself. Just click on to the search. You can see there are plenty of, it's showing that on artificial intelligence, 2,62,560 resources are available on this topic, right? So if you want to refine your search, you can see in the left panel, you can see access restriction. If you want to select the author, you can author. If you want particularly the subject category, you can do so. Then degree, whether it is a UG or a PG, whatever, just click on to access restriction. You can see here, there are 136 out of 2,62,560. There are 1,36,681 are open access resources. How many are subscribed resources? That is 1,21,630 are subscribed resources by the contribution institution. Then limited resources are 3,457. Next, authorized resources are 727. So NDLI resources are only 34. So these all resources put together, total search is 2,62,560. So if you want only the authorized or maybe a subscribed resources. Just click on to the subscribed resources. So you can see here, subscribed resources are 1,21,000 and this is all from IEEE Explorer. You can see IEEE Explorer. Just click on to the whichever article you want, just click on to that, the full text will be opened. The one advantage I would like to say all the participants is when you are accessing this NDLI resources, kindly log into your NDLI login. So when you log in from NDLI, what happens is the usage statistics will reflect under your institution login. So automatically, if this resources is belongs to the belongs to the New Horizon College of Engineering or Y College, so usage will show under the New Horizon College of Engineering or maybe a Y College. So always I request all the participants to log in first before accessing the resources. Otherwise, it shows that guest login. So if you log in, then you access the resources, then it shows your name and your name registered under which institution, that's New Horizon College of Engineering, right? So this is the one of the advantage to the institutions. So you can see here what all the, for example, this artificial intelligence publisher is IEEE. So PDF you can download. If you want to download PDF, you can download. So what is the page number, everything, the metadata is been given here. So if you want to go through the other volumes also, you can go through the other volumes also, which are related to the artificial intelligence, right? So now, so similar way, you can refine your search into the author wise also. So for example, if you want to have the article or any of the article which is only the Zhang article, Nanyang Zhang article, just click on, you can see here there are 85 articles are there. 85 research papers are available which are written by Nanyang Zhang. You can see, just click on to that. Only these 85 you can find it here. All are from IEEE. So you can access these resources, right? So content type, you can see whether the content type, what content type, it's a text content. So all this text content are available. If you want that 2 authors, then you can click another author also. So there are 2 author publications are available here, right? So further, if you want to refine your search, you can click on to the subject. For example, the artificial intelligence, if it is related to only the computer science and information, then you click again, you can find out of 85, only 37 are related to computer science. If you want to click technology, again, you can see 62 plus 37, there are 65 resources belongs to computer science and the technology. Right? So now coming to the next refined research, you can see here educational level, whether it's a UG and PG. If it belongs to both UG and PG, you can see there are 65, or it means all these resources are helpful to UG student and PG student as well. Right? So next, if you want to refine your search furthermore, if you want only the PDF, then you can see PDF, all 65 are PDF file only. You can see the result is showing the same, all 65 files which are in PDF format, right? So the next is the language. So whatever search we have done, 65 we found here. So all our languages are English only. So you can see here, English, all are 65, all are in English, right? So the next to refine search, it's showing learning resource type. We can see here, there are which I showed you in my PPT. There are different varieties of learning resource type. It could be an article, it could be a research paper, it could be a newspaper article, it could be a book, it could be a project reports, but in our search, all this 65 or belongs to the article, means it's a research article, right? So next, the refined search, one more tab is source. Means there could be some other source, some maybe if you would have gone some other thing, we will find multiple sources. But whereas in this case, it's all resource belongs to IEEE only. That is why it's showing, it's reflecting here, all 65 belongs to IEEE. Right? So these are the way we can refine our search. Really, beautifully they have designed by the NDLI by refining our search, access restriction, author, subject category, educational level, file format, language, learning resource type, source, and source. So these are the things which any user can refine his search, and he leads to the direct or related article which is required for the users, right? So if any article, if you click anything, for example, I will just click here, search, I'll give, instead of artificial thing, I'll give machine learning, right? Machine learning. Yes, you can find here 3,54,552 results we found under machine learning. If you please see the right side. See, when we checked in the previous artificial intelligence, we could find only all were in a text format. Am I right? But if you see in a machine learning, we can see in the right side content types. There are text also. Then some are audios also, some are videos, some are PPT presentation, some are images, some are simulations, and some are applications, and some are animations. These are all related to content type. You need to say 3,54,552 contents are available in a different varieties of content. Right? So in this also, you can see in the left side, you can refine your search. If you want only the subscribed one, it will give you from 3 lakh to subscribed is 1,26,000. Right? So now authorized, in this only the authorized search, you can see only 739. Right? So ACM Digital Library, all this thing. Then again, in this also, you can refine your search. In this 1,27,447 resources, you can refine your search by author. Then subject category. You can see which are the subject category it belongs to, right? So machine learning, it could be a computer science, it could be a psychology, it could be a religion, social science, language, technology, arts, and literature. So whichever you want, you can refine your search. Coming to the educational, you can see in this, you can see even there are information, there are resources which belong to Master of Technology. It means PG. Then Doctor of Philosophy means PhD related things, PhD related resources. Then Bachelor of Technology, UG related. Then MS, dual degree related resources. Then Master of Science related. Whatever way you want. If I am looking for in this for Doctor of Philosophy, if you see Doctor of Philosophy, there are only 15 results we could find here, right? So next, anyway, it's a Master of Philosophy, education level, anyway, it's a PhD, so no need to sing. Then file format, it's all 14 are PDF format. Then one may be not a PDF format, right? Then the language, again, it's a English. Then learning resource type, all these are, you can see here, these 15 are thesis, right? So these all 15 are thesis which are related to machine learning. So this is the way you can see. If you go to the home page, and also if you see here the browse, either you can browse your thing by type, by subject, by source, and by learning resource. Just click on to by type, whatever type you can, either text, if you want text, image, or a video. If you want to see only the video type, just give a video type, right? These are all videos. If you are looking for only a presentation, then click on to the presentation. So these are all presentations, right? So whatever way you want, you can refine your search and you can go to the right information which is required for your study, right? So this is about the NDL. So I really request everyone to visit this and register. Those who have not registered, please register. If those who have registered, I request everyone to make use of this platform effectively, because you can see here all the resources which are related to from school to professional level, all the resources are available. And apart from these subjects, they are also created during COVID-19 COVID period research repositories with regard to scholarly publications, data sets, documents and videos, journals and conferences, ideas and funding, and challenges and startups. Regarding this also, there are a lot of informations are available which are required for the research purpose. So I request everyone to make use of this resources which are during COVID period, they have created all these resources. You can see here, there are 37,547 research papers, scholarly publications are available in this platform, right? So this is about the NDL. Thank you so much for your patience hearing about this awareness program on National Digital Library of India. And I would like to thank, on behalf of New Horizon College of Engineering Library and Information Center, NDLI Club, I would like to thank each and every participants for your patience hearing. Thank you, one and all.